Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. What's going on, everybody? This your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. Today, I'm actually going to do a reaction to Grace Randolph. She was talking about in her movie Math. She with a black lead compared to ones with a race bent lead. So I kind of want to get into that. I kind of want to dive in to her psyche on this with what she's talking about. Like I said, I caught it, but I kind of want to react with you guys. You know what I mean? So hopefully you guys are happy. You guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gant for that. Make sure if you're coming in, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. It helps me, it helps the algorithm to show all the hard work that I'm putting in, getting you these lives in the morning, also getting you these videos that I'm coming out. Is helping out a lot. You know what I mean? What's up, Blue for Blue's House Live? Make sure you guys are checking out that brother too. He's doing a lot of good things on his YouTube channel. So, make sure thumbs. It's all I ask for is thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs. If you can't give me a thumbs up, something is wrong with your fingertips. Something's wrong with you. But you already know how we do. We get ready to put it in. You know what I mean? Shout out to SSJ K Dot is in the house. OG Black characters from day one over race swap. Ones last longer, absolutely. And I'm about to get into it because there's money tied behind it. And Grace actually sets it up perfectly on this. And I can't even be mad at her for even recognizing this. Then it could be a problem with the movie, or it could just be a problem because look, people want to see characters that's created, you know, there's black people that was created before. You know what I mean? So let's get into it. You already know what we do around here. The real question is, all right, let's go ahead and let's get this show created. Created. Black characters make more money than race bait characters. Question, is that fiction or is that the truth? And all we got to do is follow the money. That's what they said, follow the money. And the money never lies. You know what I mean? That's why I put, you know, Miles Morales and T'Challa on there. And I'm still screaming, you know, recast T'Challa, because we seen with a black character that was created for us, you know what I mean, that was supposed to be a lead, did when he's the lead. And then when they take that lead away, no matter who's the actor, when they take that lead away, look what happens at the box office. And I don't know if people, I don't know if people think that the general audience is, I guess, stupid. You know what I mean? Or we don't understand certain things. But Hollywood needs to understand that your audience is way more savvier now than it was, you know, 10, 20 years ago. You know, I guarantee you when Gunn gets to the mouse on characters, they will be more profitable than black characters that are race swap. Static is made by blacks and is also black. Absolutely. You know, this is something you know, not only T'Challa should have came out, you know, from the Marvel side of things, you know, Blue Marvel, you know what I mean? Great story. They could be well adapted, you know, to the MCU, is just left out there, just be floating in space. Said it would do major numbers, especially if done right. Absolutely, and I will. I watched. I was a little bit older when Static came out, but I still watched it. You know what I mean? I remember when Shaq was in a couple episodes. You know what I mean? So let me pull up. Let me pull up this video. Let me share my screen real quick. And Grace is going to talk about the opening weekend at the box office. So let me get into this real quick in her movie math. I do like watching her movie math. I do like watching her movie math. Because it gives me, because she's so connected with Hollywood and with the Hollywood numbers and the trades. She does give me a lot of good insight as far as like what's going on, where the money's going, what's profitable and what's not profitable. So let's get to that.
Hello, and welcome to this week's Movie Math, where forget asking whether or not the box office has a pulse, because it is pulsating. We have a super hot hit on our hands with Across the Spider-Verse. So much to discuss. So many potential ramifications. It's so exciting. But also, other movies are making bank too, which is real swell to see. So let's break it down. But first off, I want to point out that Vin Diesel has got to be wondering what he's doing wrong, that he is the only non-Disney movie that audiences are not rallying behind.
Well, I mean, we can already know the fact that the Vin Diesel movies, the Fast movies, they should just make them superheroes. We've already said that. Just make these guys superheroes and you'll never have to worry about this again. Just plain and simple. But they did it, and you know, the franchise course corrected it into something more like a spy thriller, you know, more like not even on the level of Ocean's 11. I don't know what you call this. All I want is a Knight Rider movie, and I got told that wouldn't happen in the 21st century, but I got Vin Diesel catching people with cars like the car is a pillow. Get out of here.
In the current political climate, what do you think he's doing wrong? Did Fast and Furious simply overstay its welcome? That's crazy. He's like, hey guys, don't you want to stick it to Disney by seeing my movie? And speaking of the current political climate, that audiences across the board have rallied behind Miles Morales.
Now, look at this opening weekend. Just pause it for a second. I'm a full screen this. Look at the opening weekend numbers. $120.5 million for Across the Spider-Verse with a Black created lead. Think about that for just a second, y'all. With a Black created lead, you have the 120.5 million that it opened with. You know what else made that type of money? Black Panther. What do these two characters have in common? They are Black created characters, right? Brian Michael Bendis, what's her name? I think it's well, this is Bagley. I'm not looking at that. Hold on, wait a minute. Who is it? Is Brian Michael Bendis? I can't think of the young other Pacelli. I can't think of her name. Pacelli, of course, you know. Well, y'all can't see that. Pacelli, they created, Miles Morales. In the Ultimate Comics, and Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, also, was pointed out by K-Dot, created Black Panther. Again, $120.5 million. Not only is this a Black lead, the story is good too. So, and it made a lot of money the first time it came around. So it's telling Hollywood, that Black lead characters can generate box office if you allow us to have our own characters lead the franchise. So let me keep going, because Grace is going to make a excellent point here, especially when it comes to Disney.
Only strengthens the argument that original characters of color are far more viable in the marketplace than race-bended characters.
I mean, Grace Randolph couldn't have said it better. I really want to run it because Grace could not have said this any better. There's no shade to Haley Haley Bailey. There's no shade to her. There's no shade to the actors that's picking up roles, that is originally for a character of color, or not a character of color, as a white character that's now being played by a Black. I'm not shading them, because hell, you're in Hollywood, you gotta have to work. Excuse me. Excuse me. In the way that Hollywood is set up, you just can't just turn down roles. So I completely get it. And Hollywood knows this. Hollywood. If you don't think Hollywood doesn't know this, you're in for a rude awakening, because Hollywood knows this. But listen to what she says. I'm gonna run it back, because she makes she couldn't have said it better myself. Listen to what she says.
And speaking of the current political climate, that audiences across the board have rallied behind Miles Morales only strengthens the argument that original characters of color are far more viable in the marketplace than race-bended characters. So yes, Marvel has another Black Panther level character on their hands.
Again, this is why I put these two in my thumbnail. Is because if you really look at it, y'all, these two lead Black characters, right? This is why recast T'Challa, and I'm disappointed in certain people that's not keep saying recast T'Challa, not still, has that hashtag going of recast T'Challa, because the dollar, we're going to go out and see it. And people there were little Black girls and little Black boys went out to go see The Little Mermaid and all of that. But something that Chillmonger keeps alluding to, when they're our age, that character is going to be white again, or another color, or trans, or whatever what they're trying to push it. I'm not trying to say they're trying to push it, but whatever they choose to do at that time, that's what it's going to do. You know what I mean? That's what it's going to do. You know what I mean? And Hollywood is proven to you. And that's why we have to fight for it. That's why I was disappointed in a lot of black people who did not get on the train to recast T'Challa. You just don't replace black people, man. He's a character. Anybody can play that character. I love Chadwick Boseman. I've said this millions of times, how much I love Chadwick Boseman as an actor, but he again is an actor. T'Challa is a character. They are not, and I repeat, they are not synonymous. There's nothing synonymous about Chadwick Boseman and T'Challa. He just so happened to be the first one to play him in live action. But in the flip side of that, you take away that character, the box office responded. And as much as people say, well, you just don't want a black woman be in Black Panther. She was in the comments. It's the same people who don't spend $3.99, $4.99, $5.99 buying the merch, buying any of this. All they do was bought a ticket because they wanted to be entertained for the night. Either they wanted to be entertained with their boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever, or they wanted to take their kids because it was babysitting time. These are not the people who are invested into a character. These are not the people who go and buy the merch, who buy the toys, t-shirts, pillowcases, other mitts. It doesn't matter. These people took away your black character, and Grace said it perfectly. These leads make money, and y'all allowed them to take that away. Instead of pushing harder and seeing the bigger picture, don't see, what's going on right now and today. Look at what's going forward. Because again, there's no shade against Shuri. You know what I mean? She was Black Panther at one time, but the central focal point of the movie was T'Challa. So when you take it away, it showed up in the box office. That's just like for instance, right now, people are watching Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse. God forbid something happens to Shameik Moore, right? And then now, instead of Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy, Ghost Spider is now the lead of this movie. You think people really gonna want to watch that? And then you're going and you're trying to just find out what's going on with her and the Spider. Nobody's gonna care if they take him away. The central focal point of the movie, if they take him away and let Gwen Stacy be the focal point, boy, you think Dr. Umar was complaining about Miles getting the milk? Just think if the milk was the main story, taking away the black dude. That's exactly how we felt when you take away T'Challa and just replace him with Shuri. And I'm disappointed that that so many people fell off the bandwagon when it wasn't trendy enough to say hashtag recast T'Challa. I'm being real. Disney just making Ariel black doesn't help the lack of black Disney princesses. Princess Tiana is the only black Disney princess right now. Mulan is the only. Exactly. I'm not a huge fan of Miles, but I would not deny that he's written well. Miles in the comics way, but Miles in the animated film written well. That's just like watching Jaws without the shark. Exactly. Like, when I'm looking at these characters, you know what I mean, is for one, the overall impact. And I'm sorry, it's hard for me to fathom. And me and Chill kind of went back and forth on this because I don't care nothing about no feminists. I don't care what they feel. Feminists need to go make sure the WNBA is sold out. You know what I mean? While they're talking. Make sure the WNBA is sold out. Make sure you go and support these women's sports, women's soccer leagues, and all of that stuff. But you cannot take away the black male league and just be like, well, yeah, I should just be happy of having one. It's a black female. So what, you got a problem with black female? No, I don't. She's just not. She's not the focal point of the whole entire Black Panthers mythos. And she would have came, if they would have introduced Shuri, hold up, I'm going to just say this. If they would have introduced Shuri like they introduced Black Panther right here, T'Challa, if Fantastic Four was at number 52, you got me. She wasn't thought of until Reginald Hunley came around. And that was in 2005. So how is all of a sudden and not for the sake of diversity, that's stupid. Don't do that. Don't placate to us. If you're gonna do something exactly. I gotta give Sony their props. I gotta give Lord and Miller their props. They did diversity the best I've ever seen in any medium when it comes to comic book medium. They have done it the best. Mexican and Irish Spider-Man. You got a black girl who's a Spider-Man avatar. You know what I mean? You got a black I hate saying black and Puerto Rican because let me shut up. I don't even get to that part. But you know, black and Puerto Rican Spider-Man, white male Spider-Man, white female Spider-Man, black Spider-Woman, white Spider-Woman. You know what I mean? The diversity, animated pig Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Indian Spider-Man, Japanese Spider-Man. There's so much diversity in here. Hobie Brown, you're a black Spider-Man from the UK. I mean, just understand where I'm coming from on this with y'all. Understand where I'm coming from. This is how you do diversity without forcing it down somebody's throat and not taking away from the main character to replace them with another one and just be happy with it. It's almost like when you had affirmative action. And I've always said this about affirmative action. One thing about affirmative action, it helped out white women more than anything. That's what affirmative action did. But what the flip side of affirmative action did also is that they could kill two birds with one stone. If we got a black female, you know what I mean? We got the diversity for African American. Basically, it's how they talk black. But we got an African American hire, and she's a woman. So let's take it two birds with one stone, because that's how they work. Don't think that this is just business just run and things is just things don't work like that in business. Because if they can kill two birds with one stone, why wouldn't they? But when you're talking about this medium, when you're talking about comic book movies, Static Shock, give me some in the comment section. Static, Nubia, Storm. Storm has been done wrong. Fox did her so wrong in the franchise. What's Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen going to do when Darkseid or Brainiac shows up to Metropolis and there's no Superman to stop them? The whole debate is over as soon as you apply it to other heroes. Exactly. Or matter of fact, you don't even man, Jimmy Olsen is a good Superman. Let him do it. You know how ridiculous that sounds? Jimmy Olsen Superman. Nobody's gonna want to watch that and see the story of how Jimmy Olsen becomes Superman with about no seconds of training. No, nothing. He's just Superman. What? It makes absolutely, positively no sense whatsoever. Shout out to y'all on Twitter that's watching this and sharing and liking this stream too. Shout out to y'all on Twitter. But that's what I'm saying. Like if you put it in its totality and make it make sense, like literally make it make sense. Miles Morales, T'Challa has proven to you that people will go and watch these movies. And I'm telling you, when I went to go watch Across the Spider-Verse, I had a 2:00 showing. And I gotta buy, like, I wish I could see these early screenings and all of that. With the way that my work schedule will work, it's never gonna happen. But you know, this movie theater was packed. And it was like old people was in there. Hispanic people was in there. I'm close to. I don't want to say I'm close to the suburbs, but I mean I went to the one by the suburbs. But it was old white people in there, black people, Mexican people. You know what I'm saying? Asian people. I mean, it was full of people, diversity, which is supposed to be. Thank you, Gray, for this. Brother Voodoo. I mean, Adam Brashear needs to be on screen. Brother Voodoo needs to be on screen. Hell, he's the Sorcerer Supreme. He needs to be. His story needs to be told. John Stewart needs to be told. Vixen needs to be told. You know what I mean? There's all these black characters. To me, Storm has been done the worst out of anybody. Storm has been done the worst. This woman is a goddess. And they reduced her to a secondary role in these movies. Like literally, she led the X-Men. You know what I mean? One of the most powerful characters, like one of the most OP characters in Marvel Comics, reduced to a secondary role. Just they made her insignificant. And these are the characters we should be lobbying for to be significant. And she married T'Challa. But if you took away T'Challa, you killed T'Challa because you made the character synonymous with the actor. You don't get that story in its totality. You killed a character longevity and halted their momentum. Exactly. Storm has never been done right. No, especially in the X-Men films. I mean, no shade to Halle Berry. Sorry, no shade to Halle Berry, but they did her so wrong. If one for Bryan Singer not being able to have these people read their comics, because if she would have read how dope Storm is, she'd be like, "Why the hell you got me reduced to a secondary, like a background character, basically?" The hell are you doing, Bryan Singer? But we already knew what Bryan Singer was doing, and he needed to go to jail for that. Vixen for sure. They didn't do anything with her on the CW. You know what I mean? It's like you have a plethora of black hair. Like again, besides Miles, besides T'Challa, Adam Brashear on the Marvel side, Adam Brashear has to come into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Dude is dope. You want somebody to fight the Century? Go get Adam Brashear. You know what I mean? He'll fight the Century and the Void. You know what I mean? This dude is like, and his story is so good. Oh my God, that's why it's so hard to get that comic right now. Number one, it's so expensive. It's so expensive. The trade paperback is expensive to get with Adam Brashear's Blue Marvel. But the story is amazing. Amazing. Photon better get, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. T'Challa had no arc in MCU. He didn't even have any screen time. I literally did one of my videos. I calculated how much screen time he actually had. It's not a lie. Like literally, it's not a lie. Yeah, Misty Knight. At least I can say for the Netflix series, you know, they at least did right by Luke Cage. Luke Cage is another one that should be in the MCU right now. You know, I understand Daredevil, but Luke Cage, I remember when that Luke Cage series came out with Netflix, right? Let's not act like we wasn't watching that and watching Cottonmouth and Mahershala Ali do his thing. Like Luke Cage was really good. James Gunn has hinted on Mr. Terrific. That character could be on Batman's here 10 years from now if he gets the Miles push. Absolutely. You know what I mean? And what I think, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you guys. What I think is going to happen, and I said this when they hired James Gunn, is that James Gunn is going to do all the things Marvel didn't do. All the little mistakes that he learned, all of this being around Marvel for the last 10 years, 10 plus years. You think he's not going to course correct everything they did and show you, hey, look, you didn't do this, let us do it. Because you think James Gunn is not looking at at Miles Morales right now is not looking at T'Challa, the T'Challa numbers, and be like, we could do that. Because he's been under Kevin Feige. And now that he's taking that role, that's why I said this is. I've said this. I'm gonna say it again. It's gonna be the Monday Night Wars all over again because everything that Marvel didn't do, like killing the character, it was just. It's still. It sits in my crawl. I wouldn't. You know what I mean. I would not. I literally have not watched Black Panther: Wakanda Forever since it even hit digital. I haven't bought it. Now, me personally, I buy everything that I like. Obviously, you can see in the background. I buy everything that I like. That movie, I didn't buy it. I'm not gonna buy it. I mean, I bought the toy so I could put her with so I could put that Black Panther Shuri with the rest of the figures. But hell, I got her for a discount. It sucks, but I think we need to have patience. Hollywood is slowly realizing black superhero leads equals money. And that's what Grace is basically saying in this. You know what I mean? That's what Grace is saying. And I'm going to play it again. Because she's saying these race big characters, they don't make money. But these black leads do. And it showed up in the box office. Imagine Marvel pushing a Black Wonder Man when Luke Cage is on the bench. Keep in mind, Cage broke Netflix when Luke Cage broke Netflix when it released. What's the hold up and give me? Dude, I'm saying the exact same thing. If you look at what Luke Cage was so it was great. It was great television. Everybody wanted to get a little bit of coffee. You know what I mean? After Luke Cage came out. It was phenomenal. It was a phenomenal show. Yet, we want to do all the rest of this stuff that just does not make sense to me. And again, for y'all to just coming in, make sure y'all give me a thumbs up the video. But let me replay this one more time. Matter of fact, I'm going to kind of let it go too. So I can hear, because I ain't gonna lie, I watched this like a piece of this and I stopped it. So let's play it.
And speaking of the current political climate, that audiences across the board have rallied behind Miles Morales only strengthens the argument that original characters of color are far more viable in the marketplace than race-bended characters. So yes, Marvel has another Black Panther level character on their hands with Miles Morales. Perhaps maybe in part because of the current loss of Black Panther too. That might have added to this potent formula of what's going on here, this perfect storm. And surely Kevin Feige is going to want a piece of him, considering how much Tom Holland has boosted several Avengers movies to date.
Okay, so let me kind of run back, and it's sad. It's sad that they sacrificed T'Challa, which I kind of don't agree with that. For the simple fact is that if T'Challa would have stayed, if they would have just recasted the character again, recast T'Challa, the money prints itself. Recast T'Challa, because if you would have recast T'Challa, give Chadwick Boseman his flowers, the opening crawl of the MCU, showing that we love Chadwick. The opening credit of seeing Chadwick playing T'Challa, them hugging him or whatever. We seen what Marvel did with the tribute to him after he passed. But Kevin Feige was dead wrong, and it's like, we're not going to recast T'Challa in the movies. It was dead wrong. His sacrifice, it opened up the door. Maybe it opened up the door for him. I don't agree with that, because if they would have recasted T'Challa for the next movie, we would have went out and went to go see it. Like I said, Desmond Idris, for me, is T'Challa. Would have been a perfect person to take over. You see how well he was received in Snowfall. Just think of this man taking it to the big time in Marvel as the first black superhero, man. Let's go. Do you think he wouldn't have went? I mean, dude, a rocket to the moon and beyond. Like, seriously. Then you could have had Miles Morales and T'Challa. And then, you know, you want black representation as a female hero because of the Ultimates. You got Miss Marvel. I'm still gonna call her Captain Marvel or Spectrum right there. Right there. Adam Brashear, right there. Luke Cage, right there. Misty Knight, right there. You think we not gonna go see that? Let me go shut up. Let me shut up. Because I'm making too much goddamn sense. Too much emotional. Executives deciding to fade it to T'Challa. The sequel making less than the first one should be their wake-up call. And not only that, K-Dot, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Enter the Spider-Verse, making billions, man. Keep the reason why Amy Pascal ain't dumb. Yeah. Have Tom Holland is cool. We still gonna make our money on this side. I don't care how much Venom let them be Carnage. I like Venom, but Venom let them be Carnage, man. I think I watched it like once since I bought it. You know what I mean? But they don't care. They don't care how terrible Morbius is. Bam! This is why you can't get rid of Sony in that deal. They keep proving to you. We'll find a way. And what my man Malcolm said on Jurassic Park, life finds a way. And it's most definitely finding a way now. They know they are race swapping to see if they can get by with it. Yahya Abdul-Mateen as Wonder Man will forever be an SNL sketch to me. I don't care how good it might be. Could have been T'Challa. He could have been T'Challa. I was picking him to be T'Challa too. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, he would have been a perfect Adam Brashear. Would have been a perfect Adam Brashear. Was it Night Stalker? From the Spider-Man comics? I think it's Night Stalker. Yep, no one is boycotting a new actor. It's a shot. No one. Everyone's starting to get fired after Wakanda Forever numbers started to coming in. Yeah, I mean, there's one person that I wouldn't mind lose a job, but that didn't happen. But you know, Night Thrasher. Did I say what did I say? Night Stalker, Night Thrasher. Yeah, you know what I mean. There's so many. Again, there's a plethora of black characters that's already been established in comics. They're just sitting there, waiting, wondering when it's gonna be my turn. And like I said, I'm not mad at Yahya for taking the check. I mean, technically in the Ultimate Comics, and I do have to realize that a lot of the MCU is based on the Ultimate Comics and not the actual 616 universe. If you want to be real, but I'm not giving them an excuse. You know what I mean? I mean, technically, he's a little dark. Wonder Man's darker in the Ultimate Comics. I mean, but he still got wavy hair, a little like my man Miguel O'Hara. So Tyrone Johnson. Let's see. Let me see if she talks about with Ariel. Let me kind of hit on this too, because like I said, I didn't go see the movie. I didn't go see Little Mermaid. My daughter went to go see it without me, but it's all good. I ain't tripping on that. But I ain't tripping on that. She went to go see it, so with her mentor. So with
I'm sure Kevin.
Hold on. But like I said, I understand they're trying to update it to reflect the world that's around us. Because if you watch the original Little Mermaid, everybody's white. Everybody. Which it is what it is. It was 1989. All the Disney princesses was white except for Tiana in Mulan. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not mad at them for taking roles. Again, you gotta work in Hollywood. I'm not mad at them. But what is frustrating is that it doesn't last. You're doing it, and I understand you're trying to reflect the world around you. And honestly, a lot of these Disney remakes have not been really that good. Like Aladdin was cool until you got to the villain. It was terrible. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. You know what I mean? The Lion King was terrible to me. That's creepy. That's creepy. And certain things need to be. It's better in animation. Is better in animation, but at the same time, it does Hollywood no favors by doing this, because what happens is basically you're trying to placate to a political climate and make everybody feel included, and you're doing it with the wrong material. If you want to make people included, create new characters or take existing black characters and do something with them. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But when you would just ignore the existing black characters that's already out here, you know, and then you never this is the fallback to that. You never introduce these characters to the general public, so they have no idea who these characters are, and they don't get to root behind them. You know, Century is going to be played by the guy who voices Invincible, right? In no shade to that brother. You know what I'm saying? I think he's Korean. No shade to him. But the people who read Century comics is going to be like, this ain't the Century. You know what I mean? And it's going to make more conflict than it does, you know, because there's plenty of Asian characters out there. And I understand that. I do understand that. It seems like almost all the time we're talking about this. You know what I mean? We're talking about this situation with race bait characters and the difference between a race bait character who may or may not last. You know what I mean? And the ancient one still pisses me off. You know what I mean? Because Tilda Swinton should have never been the ancient one. But hey, you know what I mean? Kevin Feige said that was the biggest mistake of my life. But then you go around and you cast Yahya Abdul-Mateen, who could have been any character in the world. You cast him as Wonder Man. Seems like, did you learn your lesson? Nope. I don't think you did. You know what I mean? What do you guys think, man? Race bait characters, is this something that, you know, is something that y'all cool with? Is this something that, you know, needs to change? Do we need to introduce more black characters? Make sure you put it in the comment section below.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that up, B.
All right, so I'm getting ready to wrap this live up. Again, you know, what do you guys think? Does, you know, the money shows that black created characters make more money than race bait characters? Are y'all cool with race bait characters? Make sure you put it in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. I'm getting to the matter of fact, let me get to this last one because I was getting ready to go. Let me get to this last comment real quick. Anyone heard about the Black Mermaid character Gabriella? Original character, great backstory. She could have been the Miles Morales of the Little Mermaid. Hey, I even pitched, you know, they could have told the story of the Mami Wata, like do it call it the little you know, a Little Mermaid story, and be able to create a you know, if it's Gabriella or a new character based on the Mami Wata water spirits in the vein of oh god, what is it, with the Rocket, what was it, can't think of the name of that Disney cartoon offhand, but you know what I mean, they could have did something like that. But you know, I mean, they decided Disney going Disney, they decided to do something different. And I guess, you know what I mean, I guess. But before I go, let me make sure that Dre with the 5 o'clock shut, I'll tell you about the contest that I'm running.
What's up? This your man Dre Mac. Want a chance to win a little bit of my money?
Got my money?
Well, all you got to do is like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Go ahead and hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. You know why? Because I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers.
Baby needs shoes. My wife needs clothes.
Once I hit 2,000 subscribers, if you like, share, and subscribe to this channel, you will actually have a chance to win a $100 gift card.
Message.
Again, like, share, subscribe, share with your friends. Once I hit 2,000 subscribers, I'm giving away $100. Want a chance to win? All you got to do is do that, and I'll see you on the other side. Hopefully, you're the winner. All right, and still running that contest. Once I hit 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a live where I'm going to give away a $100 gift card. All right, y'all. Again, thank you so very much for chopping in on the live. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Where's my outro at? If you came to this part of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you want to get a little bit more personal with me, make sure that you follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher.